ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome to Supercars of London, and to give you a quick brief background into how I've got here today in 2018, about to film a video on a rear-wheel drive Audi R8 and why I am so excited. Here's a little bit of a background. 4 years ago, I bought my first sports car. At the time, I called it Supercar, which was an Audi R8. One of the first modifications I wanted to do on it was take the front drive shaft out. But I was advised against it by the guys at SB Race Engineering. Being a quattro car and engineered to do exactly that, they thought that it would be messing with the engineering of the car. Fast forward until March 2017, I took delivery of a rear-wheel drive Lamborghini Huracan. Absolutely loved that car, but I didn't want the 610-4 because I didn't want four-wheel drive. I never thought I would see the day that I would be combining my dream of owning a rear-wheel drive R8, owning a rear-wheel drive Lamborghini, and to be here about to drive a rear-wheel drive, the rear-wheel series R8 Spyder. 540 PS, 540 Newton meters of torque. This thing is an absolute beast with one of the best engines in production. Still got the 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10. I am leaning on the rear of the Spyder variant, meaning that we get exhaust sounds through our ears much better than the coupe. So over the next couple of hours, I'm going to be getting to grips with this car, talking to you guys about why I feel like this is the best car in the world on the market right now. And having driven it for 5 minutes, I think I've got a lot to talk about. So let's jump in. I've got a familiar face joining me, and hopefully we'll be able to give you guys a really good first impressions of what it is like to drive the rear-wheel drive Audi R8 Spyder. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Archie Hamilton to Supercars of London. Now, there is a reason that we are together in this car.
Correct.
Well, we both got invited.
Yeah, that was one thing.
No, but in all seriousness, I feel like we are the two best suited people to take this car and give our first impressions of what it is like to drive.
100%.
How many miles did you do on your R8 V10 Plus?
Good couple of thousand.
A good couple of thousand?
Yeah.
Okay, and I did around 7,000 in a rear-wheel drive Huracan. So you've had the four-wheel drive R8 and done many miles.
Yeah.
I've had the rear-wheel drive Huracan and done many miles. This is now the Audi version, the RWS, the rear-wheel series, and the Spyder version.
I love the noise. The noise when in a Spyder is definitely the best in terms of, you know.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Now, I've got high hopes for this car. Before we start, I've got massively high hopes for this thing. I think this is going to be the best car that you can buy. This is the purest, most precise driving form that you can buy from the Audi range, right?
Correct.
That's what they said in the press briefing anyway, so let's find out.
And it's nice knowing when you get your foot down in an R8 in general, everything's going to stick to the road. At this point, you're kind of a bit on the edge.
Oh, yeah.
No,
because it's rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're getting the pops and the bangs now.
Yeah.
The car's starting to warm up, meaning it just gets that little bit more character.
It is nice with the roof off. We are in Spain, and if we were in England right now, we probably wouldn't be enjoying it that much.
No, but you'd much rather be in the coupe.
Yeah.
Revs to 8,500 RPM.
I love the gearbox in these cars. They're so good. Did you know I own
So
one?
clinical, I didn't know you owned one. Now, the Hurricane has got better paddles, much bigger paddles, which just gives it much more of an aggressive feel as you're changing gears.
Yeah.
These are the same paddles that you do get in S3s.
It's sick.
It's just exhilarating when you put your foot down.
It is.
540 PS is more than adequate amount of power.
Yeah.
In a very similar way that the 580 was more than enough power. But it's the rear wheel drive element that you get when you're driving it. It gives you that much more precise front end.
Yeah.
A lot lighter, meaning that when you put it into the corners.
It's not as heavy on the front, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously because it is 50 kilos lighter in general.
Yeah. But it is, it's
Can you
the
feel it?
steering. Yeah, you can feel the steering. It's the steering that makes a huge difference. And I drove the 610-4, I've driven R8 V10 Plus. They are phenomenal cars, but when you start pushing and hammering on, whether it be on a track or private road, you do get just a little bit of understeer. They're doing everything they can to eradicate it, but in a four-wheel drive car, you can never not have...
Well, it's just always going to be there at some point,
Always.
isn't it?
That is just a man riding a horse in a field just back there. That was the weirdest thing ever. There's another one. This is a coupe.
Yeah. I'm going to get your camera out.
No. Well, yeah, you can do, yeah.
He didn't wave back at you.
He did, the driver. You were looking on the right-hand side, that was a passenger.
Friend.
All right, friend. Okay, let me chat to you guys about why I feel like this is the best car in the world. Okay, so
Sell it to me.
Audi R8 rear-wheel drive. The Audi R8 is arguably the most usable supercar, sports car that you can buy on the market today.
Yep.
You can jump in that car, you can daily it. It's got all of the Audi German engineering, meaning it is as reliable and bulletproof as any other of their cars. Yeah.
Yep.
Then you've got this incredible engine. So you've got the supercar at the same time, and you flick it into dynamic, which we're in now, exhaust valves open, and it becomes an out-and-out supercar. Being the rear-wheel drive version, it's more fun than the Quattro version. It's more performance-driven, more focused around the driver, and having as much fun as possible. You can get some slides on which we're going to experience later, but you would have already seen in the behind-the-scenes vlog that I shot with my Samsung. So it's got everything that you need in a car. 540 brake horsepower, 540 PS, sorry.
PS, yeah.
It's got more than enough power that you need on public roads.
Yep.
Meaning that you're not going to squirt the throttle and be doing 120 and lose your license in 2 seconds like you would in, let's say, a LaFerrari or a P1. Because I am putting this car up against every other production car that is out there at the moment, and I'm saying why it's the best. Okay? So you can bang it.
But what you're doing here is ballsy, by the way.
Yeah, it is ballsy.
Yeah.
But you can bang it through the gears and get the sensation of driving and having fun, because you can go through 3 or 4 gears on the paddle and still not be breaking the speed limit excessively. You might be a little bit.
Yeah.
But here's the biggest thing. When you come to drive this car, it being the package that it comes in for £110,000, yes, that is incredibly expensive, but it goes back to my theory onto why I thought the TT RS was the best Audi that they did. Because you had as much R8 performance as you can get and use on the road, so it's accessible and manageable power.
Yeah.
But it cost half the price as an R8, so when you're driving it, the weight over your shoulders and the responsibility of you like keeping it on the road and not crashing it, there's much less responsibility if you're driving an expensive car. So now, if you start comparing this to a 488 Pista or a 675 LT, or even you go even higher to a 918 Spyder or a LaFerrari, which are better cars.
Yeah, clearly.
But the responsibility that you would have driving a LaFerrari around, £1 million, £2 million worth, and you're driving it around, you would never ever take it to the limit.
And you would with this.
Yeah. But with this car, yeah, it's much more accessible. It's all the power that you need. Oh, this is an interesting junction.
This is an interesting junction.
It's got all of the power you need. Look, for example, I'm pulling out onto a fairly... You'd be doing 150 in a LaFerrari.
Yeah, you would have.
And whilst they are better cars, there is no denying that they are better cars, and I'm using those as an example because of just how expensive they are. That on paper, on YouTube videos, in general, anyone would be mad if they cost the same to not go and buy a Ferrari, but they don't cost the same, and that for me is the biggest factor as to why I believe that this is the best car in the world, because you can hoon it, have so much fun, and not feel scared about pushing it to the limits without going bankrupt.
And that is where you get the most enjoyment out of driving a supercar.
Yeah.
It's having fun, being able to drive
any car. It doesn't have to be a supercar.
Yeah, any car. You want to drive it, you want to get in it, drive it, have the wow factor, but also have the fun factor.
Yeah. Everything that I'm saying right now is stuff that I've thought about. It is the perfect package in terms of size, power, weight, tech, reliability, engineering, and the fun factor.
Yeah.
That it does make it such an appealing package, just not right now brand new. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a few different. Well, I just want to drive this thing now.
Okay, well let's head back to the military base, give this car back, because I feel like we've done everything that we can do in this car, and then jump in a coupe. Because I'd buy a coupe. I wouldn't buy a Spyder.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good fun.
It's such a sick car.
You know it's rear-wheel drive, so you don't want to get on the power too early.
I'm like, Paul, take it easy.
But, yeah. I really like this car. Audi, you have made my dreams come true in building a rear-wheel drive R8. I was thinking about it 4 years ago with my V8 manual, and I still think it would have been a cool car, but you're right, it would have messed with the engineering and the technical
Big time
elements of it. So I'm glad that I didn't do it, but now my dream is a reality. From my first supercar and wanting to turn that into a rear-wheel drive beast, Audi, even though I didn't really talk about it, they've answered my questions, they've answered my dreams. We've got a rear-wheel drive Audi on our roads. I'm going to respect each and every car that I see on the road and give a massive thumbs up to the owner who's bought it. Let's go! It's the front end. It's the front end that's so good. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've enjoyed this video and a little insight into the first impressions of the R8 RWS. Head over to Archie's channel because he's about to jump in the coupe, and I'm so excited to hear what you have to say about the car, having owned a V10 Plus Quattro car and having race heritage.
So much racing!
Ladies and gentlemen, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment box whether you want to see one of these on the Supercars of London YouTube channel. Because right now, on the 26th of February 2018, please quote me on this, I would love to have this sitting alongside my...
Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi. Các bạn hãy bấm like, comment và hãy bấm nút đăng ký để ủng hộ cho kênh mình nha.